Hello, once again, lads, lettuce, and lassies, and welcome back to another episode of Dr. Stone. My name is Josh, and right here on this Thursday afternoon, I am watching the newest episode of Dr. Stone, and if you are hearing some crunching in the background, that is my dog playing with his new toy. He's obsessed with it, and I'm not sure if it's picking up on the mic or not, so hopefully it's not, because he's just going to be hammering away at that this entire session. But, last episode, things are not looking good for our heroes. Senku's plan failed pretty much. Yeah, it failed. There's no, you can't really sugarcoat it. Yeah, it failed because Ibarra was one step ahead of them, aka he noticed that Maz had an earring that was identical to Kohaku's, and he was like, oh, well, maybe if I put this earring in, something's gonna happen, and he overheard the entire plan, and he accommodated to it. So now Senku and everyone, along with some goofy events that happened because of magma, are charging Ibarra on their ship, while a second team that's being led by, what's his name? The guy with the star head, not Patrick. I can never remember his name, but Taiju, Yuzuriha, and some others are there with them. They're rebuilding his dad, who is a statue, and he is too far gone because of degradation. Why is he degraded only after 20 years of being a statue when everyone else has been statue for like 3,000 years? Maybe there's some answers. Maybe I'm looking too far into it. Who knows? Is this going to be the last episode of this arc? I don't know. Is this whole arc going to take the rest of the season? We are sadly over halfway through Dr. Stone season 3 part 2. So let's see what the stone is cooking this time around, shall we, lads?
You came for me. Senku and the gang's all here.
Poor guy. They're not exactly here for you, Gen.
You're kidding me.
So it's up to
Oh, Gen has no idea what the plan is either. He's probably gonna be so lost.
We're up against hundreds of hardened soldiers.
Don't worry, they're just bots. They're fine. Man, that is terrifying. One of them's got a spear aimed at you, the other is Magma, and the other is Nikki, and I don't know which of those two is more terrifying to have lunging at you.
I was convinced we wouldn't use it to claim the lives of others.
And then we gave it to Magma. Or,
to die, Ibarra!
I guess the one person that doesn't understand its weight. Oh my god, he's wasting every single bit of ammo.
Now, just drop dead.
How about you drop dead?
Thank you, Nikki. It's probably out of ammo already.
It'll be you. Get excited for some impromptu fireworks.
Oh.
Ready.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, that's gonna scare them. Oh, he's gonna break his hand.
That one's casting the spell.
I love that.
It has to be.
Spell and all that stuff. Damn. There goes Yo, and the gun's wet. I don't know if this is waterproof or not.
Just like that, we're done for.
Damn! He's gonna punch. God. Damn!
However, the time has come to put
I love his eyes. It's such a stylistic choice. It makes me wonder if there's anything deeper with it.
We backed ourselves into this room.
Inside the storage room?
I actually do have one remaining card, Gen. The one I didn't want to use.
Very well then.
What's the Joker?
What choice do we have?
Oh! Oh, they're still here. I was literally talking about these guys with one of my friends. Damn! This is
Going back.
not good.
Wildest of wild cards is free.
Yeah, that's definitely a wild card.
I could have sworn he was a statue when we checked this room.
So she is in there.
Actually, so is that one in the fancy hat over there.
Oh, he's realizing. Oh, he finally put it together.
The choice is solely mine to make in this situation.
Well, all Hyoga wanted was like a world where the strong rule. Damn, he put it together. It's only half. That's half the episode already. No. It's too short.
Pretend you're madly in love with yoga, okay?
Hello? Amaryllis is the one who's good at faking like she's in love with someone, not me, Jen.
Is this gonna work?
You're the only woman here now. You can't be any worse than Kohaku, and even if you are, who cares?
I won't say I love you unless I'm genuinely in love with them. The rite of passage is special.
Oh my god.
I forgot!
I value your silver tongue as if it were made of solid gold.
Okay,
You've been
okay.
given a task in this world, and you excel in it. The
Right.
same goes for you, Nikki. I believe humans should be culled.
Okay.
Through evolution, we will give rise to the apex of our kind.
All right, buddy.
If you're as strong as I take you for, you too could have a harem of your own.
I don't think Hyoga cares specifically about harems.
All women are beauties in their own right. To think you're blind is
Get it.
The lone factor that determines a person's worth to you is how physically attractive they are.
Of course, when it comes to ladies.
It's done.
Oh man, Ibarra's gonna be there already. I guess that eye is the biggest
Father,
oof of the whole thing.
20 years.
Senku, stand aside.
Ah. So cool. He's like, yeah, I knew it.
See, setting me free was.
Oh,
the
his
correct
face.
call. My allies have done quite well.
Now put the mask back on, please. Please put the mask back on.
If we can make what I'm hoping for, it's over.
Oh man, I just realized Yo is still in the water. I just realized.
So sorry. I feel like I gave you the impression that you stood a chance when you never did.
Damn! Hyoga did not last.
That means you're petrifying the entire island?
Okay, so it can do the, and they know it can.
You can't.
You have to protect me, and you'll do a much better job than Orashi. And besides, he's just a disposable pawn.
Damn! You're saying that right out
You're
loud.
riding off your loyal guard? It's the Master's will.
Damn. She's blinded by the master.
You gotta have life or death.
The petrification light mustn't be used over a whole mountain or any broad area for that matter.
Come on, Kidasame, see through it.
It's without a doubt an abuse of that power.
Alright, good. She's seeing through it.
Minister Ibarra.
Hey! Check it out, everybody!
Okay, good. Okay.
The master!
Oh, I thought. Okay. I don't know what I was thinking there.
Do now?
Wow, I bet everyone can hear him even from way up here.
He certainly projects.
He's very loud.
We have to
It's
show
his
them
specialty.
close, if it's true.
Oh my god. The voice actor's going for it.
What's going on?
What are you doing? Well, there goes Kidasame.
You're pure scum!
Thank you for your hard work, dedication, and above all else,
Well-
your gullible nature. Shame it turned out this way, but what could I do? You're
You don't have an
guilty
army
of
anymore, though, do you?
bullshit. Only thing left is to turn these invading rats into crumbling piles of rock.
Oh, the gun's back in play. Oh?
What was that noise?
It's sorcery.
Ibarra!
Alright, gun's back in play.
Remain silent.
Oh my god. How does this device work? Oh man, Ibarra's.
Sweet victory!
I will not lie, yo, you came in clutch. I'll say, I have my doubts about you. Yo, but in the end, you did come in clutch. All right, I'll say it. I take it back. For now, I'll take it back. You came in clutch. I didn't think. Honestly, I did not think you amounted to much. You're a scumbag. Like you abused your power in your previous life as a police officer. But you know, I guess people can change. People can change for now. I was honest. I kind of forgot about him after he was shot in the water. I was not expecting him to come back. So like at the end of this episode, honestly, I didn't really know what they were gonna do. I'm like, is Yo gonna be on the shore? What are they gonna do with him? Whew. If I heard correctly, he said there are 3 bullets left, or there's 3 bullets left in the chamber. He said he shot one in the air, shot one at Maz, and he saved the last for Ibarra. Does that mean he's out of bullets and he's just bluffing, or I'm not incredibly sure. But even if he is out of bullets, that gun is a very big threat because they don't know that it operates on bullets unless they overheard them yelling like, "Stop wasting the ammunition!" But my God, oh boy, Ibarra is so screwed right now. And he's trying to talk big. He's trying to like say, or you know, you're like, Kirasama, you know my secret, so you must go. Pretty sure everyone does. Taiju was very loud, and there were a lot of boats around you. So if Kirasama heard it, like your entire army, at the very least around you, heard it. And if they're as loyal to the master, okay, maybe not as loyal, but I mean, Kirasama was a ride or die for the master. And if they just feel like it's their duty to serve the master, then like Ibarra's screwed, because maybe there's a couple people that are like, oh yeah, I guess we kind of like Ibarra. But if everyone was just like, oh yeah, the master hired us, like, oh shoot, that's the master right there, I guess Ibarra's not the master. I guess we gotta go against him. Ibarra, sorry Ibarra, you're under arrest. It's treason then. Yeah, I don't know what his plan is, because basically you gotta stone your entire army. You're gonna, I don't see any villagers on the boat anymore, so you're gonna stone the entire island. You're gonna be left over with nothing. Also, like, the one guy that he's like, oh, you're expendable, go stone the island. Like, I'm pretty sure he overheard you. If not, that is like the loudest whispering voices I've heard. So like, you have no, if you're gonna stone the island, you have to be yourself. You're gonna lose everything, and I don't think Ibarra is the kind of guy that will want to lose everything, or he's not willing to sacrifice himself out of pettiness. He's a very greedy person. He's the opposite of Ryusui, in the sense of like Ryusui's greedy for the good of mankind, and or Ryusui's like the good of, Ryusui's the good version of greed, whereas Ibarra is like the worst version of greed. So I don't see him giving himself up, or I don't see him sacrificing himself to just like be petty to Stone and friends, or Senku and friends. But also, I don't see him getting out of this like at all, unless the army completely missed it. I could be giving the army too much credit. I'll say I could be giving them too much credit, because we didn't see like the like the reaction faces of the entire army, like, oh, is that the real king? Is that our boy? Is that what Ibarra? Well, you didn't see that, so it could be like the army didn't hear them. But I don't know where Ibarra is gonna go from here. I guess we still have to deal with Maz. Ibarra is probably gonna go over to Maz, like, Maz, you're the only hope, and then Maz will learn that they don't have the petrification ring, and Ibarra's donezo. I don't know if Maz will kill him or not, because I don't think we've gotten like 3 confirmed kills in this series, and they were all by Hyoga. They were grunts, so I don't know if Maz would actually kill, or I don't know if the show will allow Maz to kill Ibarra, but I could see a potential direction where Maz kills Ibarra, and now, because like Ibarra doesn't have anything. If the army heard Taiju, Ibarra doesn't have anything. He doesn't have Kirasame anymore either, which I wonder if they'll bring her back, because I mean, she is basically just loyal to the king, so she doesn't stand a threat to Senku and friends, but I don't think they know that either. So it could just be that she's lost forever, which I guess would be kind of like a confirmed kill, even though she's like semi-alive. But I could see a potential where Ibarra runs over to Maz begging for help. Maz finds out that the petrification beam and Kirasame are out of the play, as well as Ibarra's power with his army. Kill Ibarra, and then since Maz, I'm pretty sure he's very well respected within the army, Maz basically takes over as a general. What's it, like military reign, whatever, like when like the government or the leader is unfit to rule, then the military steps in until a new leader can be found. Never works out, honestly. It doesn't usually work out in favor of anyone other than the military or the person that's stepping up. But I mean, Maz I think would be the best candidate. So then Maz has the army, and while Senku and friends do have the Medusa, I don't think anyone knows how to use it. Which, oh shoot, was it meter? Meter? I'm pretty sure he said meter. He's at 1 meter 1 second. So Ibarra knows how to use it perfectly, to the point where like he can literally be holding it and petrify someone within arm's reach without touching himself. So 1 meter, 1 second. So every second. Wait. Is it every second it falls determines the width of the Medusa's range when it activates? Or is it every meter it falls, every meter it flies determine how long the Medusa will be activated? I guess we need more information. I honestly don't know any much. I'm not good with the calculations of anything. We did see Kitasame's backstory a little bit. It wasn't too much, but we did also see the Master. And it seems that the Master had this power as well. So the big question is, where did... I mean, this has always been the big question, but like, where did the petrification beam come from? That's a big one because, well, I mean, like, I get it has to be from the island because I don't think, well, they don't really imply that they've left the island. So why is it here? How did it get here if it all began in South America? And then it seems to be like a hereditary thing because the Master had it and he's very respectful with the power. He's like, oh, this power isn't used for anything. We gotta be careful. We gotta, like, I really like what he said, like, we might be living on this, this isn't to quote, it's just like basically what he said, like, we may be living on this earth, but the earth isn't here to accommodate for us. Seems like a very respectful guy. Rest in peace. But, like, how did Ibarra get the power? Like, he must have just stolen it from him, I guess. I mean, maybe the Master was too trusting and Ibarra pulled like a worm tongue, got close, and just stoned the Master and all that. But I guess that's the big question. Where does this thing come from and why is it here on this island so far away from South America? Does the Y-Man have anything to do with it? I mean, it's been like almost an entire season at this point since we've heard from him. I think it was in episode 4 of season 3. What episode are we on right now? Episode 17. Ah, man. We have like 22 episodes in this season, which is 18, 19, 20, 21, 5 more episodes, maybe, I think. It's either 5 or 4 more episodes. We do not have much. This season is very, very short, sadly. Or this part. It's not even a season, it's a part. But yeah, Kirisame's past, we got to see a little bit more of the Master. I don't think if we revived Kirisame, we would get... The sad thing about this arc is, like, I don't think we're going to get anyone out of it. Like, I don't think Kirisame is going to join us, because she's very... Oh, shoot. Well, I guess she would be loyal to his son. So I guess she'll be loyal to the next guy that takes the throne the right way, legally. So, like, Kirisame probably wouldn't come with us. Amaryllis probably wouldn't come with us either. She seems to really like this island. You know, it's her home. She's fighting for this island. If she really wanted to, like, just ditch it, she would just have probably tried to convince them to, like, oh, let's go. Let's leave. So I don't think we're going to get Kirisame. Maz is definitely a no. Hyoga is an interesting one. He's the big part of this episode, which I'll talk about him in a little bit. So Ibarra knows about... sorry, I didn't want to mention Hyoga until the end because it's a big talking point. And I just don't really have too much to talk about for Ibarra after this. Ibarra knows that you can reanimate petrified people, which took him in for a scare. I really like that. Ibarra's really smart. Obviously, he's not as smart as Senku or anyone. Like, he's not like as scientifically advanced. He still believes this is magic and all that, but he is very smart. He can connect the dots really quickly. He's a really good strategist, and I like that he's able to put up this fight against Senku. He's always thinking one step ahead, and while Senku might have the scientific advantage, he's not a strategist in the slightest. Like, doesn't he can think of situations and solutions to it, but Ibarra knows the practicality of it all. And now that it doesn't really matter that he knows that the Master is petrified, because everyone knows the Master is petrified. I guess he's afraid of them reanimating him. One thing that he doesn't know is that he's too far gone. And maybe degradation might be like, I mean, I could see it as a sub thing. I could see it as a dub thing. Like, maybe it's something that had to be, like, a word that had to be changed. Because, like, the Master doesn't look too degraded. It might be that Ibarra just, like, brutally killed him. I don't know. Like, Ibarra, it doesn't seem that Ibarra's destroyed the Master before. Like, I don't think that he's destroyed the Master and rebuilt him. And the Master is missing a chunk out of his head and an eye. So I think Ibarra just like absolutely like just dropped a rock on him, just bashed him in, bashed his skull in, and then I don't know. I could be. I don't think it's I don't think the statue is degraded to the point where like it's missing half of its head or a chunk of its head. And that might have been like a censorship thing, as this show is I think it's like TVG or TVPG. I don't think it's like PG-13 or TV-14. However, the rating system works. So maybe it could be a thing like they don't want to say, oh yeah, the Ibarra brutally murdered this guy before he turned him into stone. So yeah, I don't think degradation is the right word, which kind of throws out the theory of does this petrification Medusa work differently than the petrification ray? Does it degrade at a faster rate? I think that answers that question, because it doesn't look like Ibarra planned on, if you wanted to destroy someone and make sure that they're never put back together, you could have most of their pieces there, but you could throw out like their other pieces or like destroy those pieces, like grind them. I don't think he's ever considered that. He's never considered these people reviving. He just found out that they're still alive in there. So that answers that question. But alas, he was too late with that information because everyone knows, I hope. So I can see Maz taking up the big bad role. But the big thing about this episode was Hyoga, whose intentions always confused me. He doesn't want, or he wants a world of the strong. And if I remember correctly, back in his introduction, he was like, yes, I want a world of the strong because the elderly will smooch off of us and the weak and the elderly will smooch off of us. And that's not how we live. I'm like, dog, one day you will be the elderly. And whether you want to use the word smooch or not, you will need to rely on someone because you are not going to be able to take out a bear with your bare hands when you hit the ripe old age of 50 and 60. And those backache naps happen. When you nap so good, you get the worst backache of your life. So Hyoga's always been kind of a disappointment in terms of villains for me, especially with Tsukasa. And while I understand Hyoga back in the day, or not back in the day, it's like in season 2, they just needed a simple villain to be like the twist villain so that Senku and Tsukasa can team up against this greater evil. I just never thought of him as deep. I always kind of thought of him as like really shallow and just not really looking at the big picture. And now, I think his thing is still there. Like his whole I think when in his introduction, he wanted gene superiority and all that. He wanted to make the ultimate species, but he seems to have dropped the weakling elderly thing, which I guess makes a little more sense. I guess if I don't know, maybe he came off as like really aggressive in his thoughts in his introduction because they wanted to keep him separated from Tsukasa because their goals are kind of alike, not really. Tsukasa wants to just make sure that none of the adults that were in power back in the day, or basically no adults, get revived because he's afraid that they'll implement stuff from the old world into this one. He wants to try and keep this he wants to keep this new world fresh. So in a way, it is technically a culling, but he's not doing it for evolutionary gains. He will like revive anyone under a certain age, or if he knew that if like they're adults and he's like he knew them, like, oh, they're chill, don't worry. Where Hyoga is like, all right, six packs, muscles, Arnold Schwarzenegger definitely. He wants to create the ultimate race, which is also a culling. They're different cullings, but I guess they wanted to make it different enough. They really wanted to highlight Hyoga as the bad guy. And this one, I guess Hyoga got a standard. He's like, all right, I might be judging people off of their genes, but I'm not sexist. I don't need a harem. So yeah, Maz. Oops, sorry about the mic. Maz answered incorrectly. He's like, yeah, we got the beautiful women on the island. And then he looked at Nikki when like Ryusui. He's like, I value all women. All women are beautiful. Based Ryusui. Why did you look at Maz? What are you trying to say about Nikki? Why do you look at her and snicker? Trying to say something? Because I'm pretty sure the Dr. Stone fandom's gonna have your ass for that. You might have the big spear and skill, but I don't think you're gonna be prepared for the Dr. Stone fandom. But yeah, he answered incorrectly, and he was like, "Listen, I'm a what's the quote? Like, I'm evil, not a monster." And they proceeded to fight. Maz actually did something really smart, which again I like Maz. I think he's weird in the sense of like his whole like she's gonna grow up to be a looker one day. That's an introduction to a character, but I do like him. He's like Ibarra. He's smart, but he's also got the tactical skills to back it up. And he undersold himself to fight Hyuga because he even said, "I can't tell his skill just by looking at him." So it is kind of cocky if you think about it. It is cocky, right? Like he's like, "All right, I don't know what this guy's skill is, so I'm not gonna go all out. I'm gonna measure his skill." And once he measured that skill, he's like, "All right, you are literally nothing to me." And like, I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna go all out. And Hyuga's like, "Oh, cool. We're gonna fight all out," and it's over the second it started. So Maz is a much bigger threat than we could have anticipated. Hyuga can't do anything about him. Nikki attempted, and she isn't skilled in fighting. She's very strong, but she's not skilled. Magma got owned multiple times this episode. Man, poor guy. What's his name? Ginro or Kinro? Kinro. I think it's Kinro. Yeah, I always get the two confused. I'm really bad with names if you can't tell. Kinro put up a longer fight than most. Kohaku put up the longest fight, but I think Maz was just toying with her too. So there's nothing really that we can do about him outside of the gun, which can penetrate skin. Like we know, Ibarra has a hole in him now, which I thought the gun would just kind of bounce. Or not, I thought it was like an overglorified BB gun. Nope, it is very, very deadly. So I guess we gotta get more bullets. We gotta run away. Gotta shoot Maz a couple times, shoot out the kneecaps, stone him, and then never revive him. But yeah, I mean, Hyuga's on the loose. So after this whole thing is over, Hyuga is free unless we petrify him again, which I don't know, because he did side with the Kingdom of Science. He's not aligned with Senku's goals, but he aligns himself closer to the Kingdom of Science than to Maz's side. So when all this is over, unless Hyuga is petrified again, I wonder what they're gonna do with him. I mean, that was a big wild card, and his girl, I don't remember what her name was. She's still stoned. You could see her in there. So I wonder if he's going to try and negotiate to get her out too, or not. I don't remember if he actually cared all that much about her or not. I feel like they kind of liked each other. I'm not sure though. I don't quite remember. Like, not liked each other romantically, just like in the general, like, yeah, we're co-workers. I don't remember if he like I don't know if he was like the typical like evil boss, like, haha, my henchman, I didn't care, or if he actually like does like care or not. I can't quite remember. But she's still in there. I wonder if he's going to try and do anything with that. And then like obviously like when all is said and done, what is Hyuga going to try and do with Senku and crew? All will be revealed eventually this season. We only have 5 episodes left, so those watching on Patreon, those are going to be some good 5 weeks. I might be a little late next week for Patreon early access. Watching this right now. YouTube, it doesn't matter. It's going to come out same day as always. But next week, I might be a little late. I might not post on the weekend. If anything, you might get a double drop for the, episode 18. Episode 18 and 19 might drop on the same day. Thanksgiving week. Just depends if I get the time to sit down and record Dr. Stone. And to everyone watching on early access, happy early Thanksgiving week. Happy early Black Friday shoppings. be careful out there. Don't you know, if it looks a little stampede-y, don't go into it. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing some Black Friday shopping. I don't know if I'll buy anything. It's mostly gonna be Black Friday window shopping and going, Spider-Man 2 PS5, please. But yeah, careful out there and enjoy your Thanksgiving if you celebrate that. If not, enjoy your week. Sorry that Dr. Stone's gonna get maybe a little delayed. We'll see. I am hoping to watch episode 18 as soon as I can. But if worse comes to worse, you'll just get a double drop, 18 and 19. YouTube, you're not going to get affected by this because this is early access. But if you want to join early access, you can do so. I think the series is done by the time this is up on YouTube. So if you really want to see my thoughts, you can just binge all the early access videos right now. It's weird, I know, they're talking about, like, I'm sorry that it's delayed, but, like, on the YouTube side, you can watch it. Time travel is it's always a weird subplot, but, you know, it is what it is. So if you want to support the channel, go ahead, check out Early Access on Patreon. I am planning on doing other content. I know I keep saying this and I never, like, end up doing it. I really want to do other content, so, you're going to be able to see all the Early Access stuff on Patreon, as well as, like, you can participate in stuff. I'm trying to work it all out, but yeah, it's only $1. And that dollar will take you a long way in you're supporting the channel like that. And like eventually I'm hoping to just like revitalize Patreon to be adding more to it other than early access and full length. And I'm not going to change like tier prices. So full length will still be $3, early access will still be $1, but early access will get a bunch of new stuff added to it, and it's still going to be $1. It's going to be just an easy way to participate in the channel as well as helping us fund it. But yeah, Dr. Stone. I know we only have 5 episodes left. I guess we still have 5 episodes left, but I already feel like it's going to be gone too soon. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below, what did you think of this episode, lads? And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.